The existence of fairies has been reported for centuries, but in the last 100 years, they seem to have morphed into a Tinkerbell stereotype, which modern man finds all too easy to dismiss. According to British historian Simon Young, fairies are real. He classifies them as living beings with a humanoid shape. They have the power to appear and disappear at will, to excite the human eye with visual effects, and they have the ability to fly. European tradition has it that if by chance you should meet any fairies, also known as the Fae, they may try to entice you into their realm, intending to keep you prisoner there. Especially if you happen upon one of their celebrations. They may make certain offers, which should be refused, lest you find yourself trapped in their world. Do not eat any food of their feast. Do not drink any wine from their cups. And should they invite you to join in a waltz, you should refuse to dance with them. 500 years ago, in a provincial village in France, the people considered fairies to be their neighbors, living side by side with the human settlement, in a kind of mirror world. These two communities needed each other. Human midwives were said to help fairies to give birth. The Fae aided mankind by helping things to grow, such as the crops on which human lives depended. Their association with fertility has survived in one form or another to the present day. The Fae people are spirits of the land, the spirits of trees, the spirits of flowers. Those among us who are sensitive to their presence may detect a certain atmosphere at a particular location in the forest or in the garden in one's own backyard, exposing the locale as a dwelling place of the Fae. In the 12th or 13th century, the natural world was terrifying. It could be fatal, were it not subdued and harnessed. The presence of the fairy was a thing to be feared. However, as man began to assert his own dominance over the outside world, down through the centuries, the Fae folk themselves grew increasingly tame. In Ireland, 150 years ago, one might seek agricultural advice from a man who was a fairy seer. The failure of crops could mean starvation, but the fairy seer could give you a talisman for use in warding off the more evil of the spirits. Today's experts in the Fae will admit that they can be dangerous, but consider them more helpful, a positive influence on human lives. Because of the mirrored relationship between our world and theirs, as human civilization evolved, so has our relationship with the Fae. As for physical evidence, certain relics of the Fae still survive. Sometimes these objects are found in museums. Sometimes they are found on the mantels of family homes, having been passed down through the generations. These relics, it is said, were once the belongings of fairies. Fairy shoes have survived in Ireland. Recently, a paranormal researcher from America has been tracking down the existence of a fairy coat, also in Ireland, using information from news reports appearing in print in 1970. Some people have lifelong relationships with the Fae, When very young, these people first become aware of the presence of fairies. As teenagers, they are revisited, and then again as adults, even unto old age. Simon Young says this conversation lasts all their lives, a conversation which is often held with one particular fairy. He calls it a spiritual marriage. The Fae should evoke in us a special consideration of the natural world. Only if we respect Mother Nature will we survive. Yesterday, the human toll was starvation. To live in harmony with nature, the fairies compel us today to make a break with the technology which insulates us. Otherwise, our special relationship will change again, and humanity will suffer the invigorated wrath of the Fae.